Hey everybody. I kind of this is a little bit of an extension on that vid yesterday, but I kind of want to remember when I said they were right. That there was a lot of things that I agree with people who would be on the other side of the fence. I guess the feelings that kind of came out yesterday, it kind of it has a lot to do with my past. So if you have no interest in the background about me, please don't waste your time on this vid because it will be a complete waste of your time. But as you get older and as you think back to when you're younger, things change. The things that drove you then and the things that drive you now sometimes are mirrored opposites. And that is kind of explains where I came from. To be completely honest, as a young man, I would have hated myself right now. I would have called myself weak, pathetic at best. Old woman still sticks. But when I was 16, I joined the martial arts, and I went to the Y, and the Y was such a big place, and one of the few gyms that people could go to. Every session, we'd get 30 brand new people in. I mean, we could have had thousands of students. I trained under an instructor who trained under a very, I won't say brutal, but less than kind instructor. It was a military system. It was run in a military manner from the moment you bowed in till the moment you bowed out. Most of the time you were getting yelled at. A lot of people hate that. I was a very competitive young man. I loved it. I loved it. My first goal in the martial arts was to make it through a class without getting yelled at. Kind of a crazy first goal, but there it is. And the head instructor knew he could have a ton of students, or he could have a very, very small group of extremely dedicated students. And when you train, the quality of your training is dependent upon the material you train with, the other people. And he wanted top-notch people, period. And the instructor underneath him, his job was to basically create how do I say this? Create a work line that people had to measure up to. And I had seen many classes where half the class didn't return the next day. We would typically go from 30 people down to 1 or 0 people by the end of the beginning class. And most of the people that did make it to the end of the beginning class never went on to the advanced class. I mean, they were terrified. I mean, if this was what they were putting the beginners through, what were they putting the advanced people through? And that created a very strong stock of students. The instructors, myself included, were taught to work people right to the edge of their physical, mental, and emotional stability. And if they had a weakness, work them so that was no longer a weakness. Weakness was not something that was really tolerated. And that was my martial arts environment for about 5 to 6 years. I mean, there's no way that you cannot be a competitive person. When the instructor left, and we had a little bit of a talk before he left, he told me he had about 1,500 students walk through that door. Out of those 1,500 students, only 3 of them made it to second degree black belt. And that was after I had gone through my second degree black belt test. So there is no way you cannot be competitive as all hell and not be, the last one standing out of 500 people. And through the years and other systems that I studied and whatnot, I had kind of learned that the background I came from was not normal, in the sense that it's usually not that cutthroat. It's a lot more supportive, nurturing, for a lack of a better term. And I can't tell you how many students I broke, not physically, but I mean they got up to their physical barriers and they didn't have the dedication level to get over that last little hump, be it physical, mental, or emotional. And you had to have all 3. Like I said, if there was a way you could be dominated in the ring, you would be, and you were. So when people hear this is a bit of a competition kind of aspect, some people want to be tested. Some people want to get into painting tournaments and test their mettle against other people. Some people are proud of all the work and time and effort that they put into building up their subscription list, building up their reputation, and kind of finding where they fit into this community. And they work damn hard. And I understand that. And I can understand why people would look at me as watering it down, cheapening it. And they are right. They are right, because I'm not that way anymore. I mean, you can drill a hole in the side of a rock cliff, stick in a piece of dynamite, light it, and blow up a bunch of rocks. But it takes a sculptor to take that one rock and to chip it away and make art. In the beginning, I was a stick of dynamite. I didn't care who or what you were, what your station in life was, how powerful you were. When you walked in the door, you were mine until you left. Now, I'd rather help people and shape people. So they are completely valid in where they're coming from. And like I said, I was on their side of the fence, hardcore on their side of the fence. And I'm not going to say I'm better. In a lot of ways, I'm probably worse. But that's who I am now. And like I said, they have every right to their perspective. And they should be respected, because they're trying to keep us strong. So, anyways, didn't mean to offend anybody if I did yesterday. I kind of wanted to give you guys an insight to where I'm coming from, so as to not take anything I say personally. Like I said, I'm 100% for this community, and I want to see it grow and expand and be the best it can be. If that be through love or attrition will depend on who you follow and what you personally believe. But this is where I'm coming from, and we need to respect everybody, even when their views are completely opposite, because they do have a valid point. And so that's a little bit about me and where I'm coming from, and that's probably the last I'm going to say about this. So love you guys, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.